Get ready, folks.
I sure am. Are you ready?
I sure am.
Super excited. No, we don't want that. Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, April 5th. This is Paranormal PhD with me, Dr. Rebecca Foster. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. This is awesome. We're in April already, and I'm loving it. And for those of you who joined me last week, then you know that this week we're going to be talking about near-death experiences, and then we're going to be throwing in a few readings there. So hello to everyone on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook. And welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me once again. There's everything I can do to try to make a difference, man. I'm telling you, everything I can do to make a difference. So for those of you who have stories to share, join us in the facebook.com/God's Reader chat room and in the YouTube. So you can just simply search youtube.com and then go in and go Rebecca Foster PhD. So hello, everybody. Jessica, Andrea, Cheryl, hello, Lisa, Debbie, Leanne, Karen. You guys are awesome. Mary Potratz, do you realize I was searching for an email and I found emails to you guys, to your family from like 2010. It's been a long time, okay? And I thought, holy cow, and she's still hanging around. Like I haven't driven her away yet. It's insane. I was flipping through and going, how far back are these emails actually going to go? And so many people that I see that I currently read for that I read for, like 15 years ago. It's absolutely insane. I actually have people that I've been reading for since the very beginning, like since I started reading. And these people it's crazy, but they're also, you develop friendships over time. So good evening and hello to everybody. So we're going to talk about that later on. I'm going to throw a link into the chat room for Facebook and YouTube. And if you have an experience, near-death experience, or you know someone close to you that has, share it with us because people want to know what is beyond this life. What is beyond this. Hello, Lori Trot. Oh, Lori, you were on TikTok and you switched to Facebook. Yeehaw. All right. Perfect. So near-death experience. First off, let me just cover this. We all come down here as like when we are born, let's say, the cheat sheet is removed and everything that we know about ourselves and our previous lives and heaven, it's all removed. Because we have to come here to learn. And if we have the cheat sheet or we know how to go from first to the boss, and why are we even here? What's the point, right? So we are put through all of the experiences and the lessons to help us improve our character and our spirit to be better souls. And we want to be here. We want to be a part of this world. And so, okay, so Mikey Michelle Judge, you've had one. Get in so you can get on the video, or I'll share it. If you type it in, I will share it. Otherwise, so near-death experience for a lot of people let me put it this way. There are some that it happens. There's an accident and it happens, and there's a near-death experience. Some people have it when they're babies, when they're ill. It can happen at any point. And when people have those near-death experiences, I've seen people, and before they say anything, I'm like, you touched the light. Like you were right there to touch the light. And we're pulled back and you can see like the light. You can see the people in the light. You can see the people around them. And when that happens, there is like the veil is lifted. And all of a sudden there is this new recognition and awakening that goes on that there's more beyond this. We don't just die. Like energy doesn't just die. It goes on. And so a near that death experience for some might be a second chance. It may be where they are just begging to, please don't let me leave. I want to stay. I watched a show the other day actually where a woman had passed on, and she did. She actually died, and she had a near death experience where she was falling and she was begging, please don't. I just want to go back. I will do everything right. And she was bargaining pretty much. And then she felt this huge hand like shove her from her butt like back into her body. And I've seen people, let's see, can I tell this story? Okay, I'll tell it out of context so you don't get the whole idea. I think it might be a little private, or I'm not supposed to know about it. I'm not sure. Story is, person is sick with COVID, person goes in, and hospital says this person is in a coma. They are dying. They have died. So there's this whole message after message after message. And I said, he's not dying. He's not going to die. I said, right now, because I had like, I can't talk. It's been a long day. I had heard every step of the way what was going on. And so I was connected to this person, and I said, he's not dying. He's actually on the other side right now, contemplating dying or coming back. He's going to live. He's actually going to pull through this and live. And see, that'll happen too, where you're standing there and you're given the option. Do you want to go back? Do you want to stay? And some people, they don't want to come back. They want, their loved ones are right there. They want to stay with their loved ones. It's beautiful and it's wonderful and everything is love. And then there are people who are like, hell no, I want to go back. I don't want to go yet. I have people to take care of. I don't want to hurt anyone. So there's reasoning on both sides. So near-death experience, when you wake up and you're cognizant of that experience, it can be life-changing, ultimately life-changing. And what happened? If you remember it, you know what? God has an absolute new soldier, because that person's going to come back and absolutely tell and witness what they just saw. And so when you awaken, it's very much the same thing. You are now realizing the absolute truth as to who you are and why you're here, and you're not alone. And you know what's so funny? Let me just put this out there. I just heard this. I'm gonna put it. I could just sit here, let's say, and make something up and just make anything up. And half of you are going to go, oh my God, that's me. That is me, if not more. That's how cold readings are done. You just make shit up that applies to the human nature. And that is how fake people do it. But I could make anything up. And so many people, that's me. You're reading me, because we are more alike than y'all realize. I don't give a crap who you vote for. I don't care who you love. I don't care where you work. We are more alike than than you realize. And the divisiveness in this country between people, between communities, between states, between political parties, it needs to frigging end. It needs to stop, because nobody here, including myself, is perfect. Not one. So you have a chance every single day. You don't have to die or almost die to have a second chance or to make something better. It's very simple. You just go, you know what? I don't like who I was yesterday. I'm going to be better today. I'm going to do better. Until I get behind the wheel and I'm driving through traffic and I'm like, what does this asshole look like? Oh, that's what assholes look like. But that's just me. Okay. That's just me. All right. So you don't have to touch the light to awaken. You can decide this very second to say, you know what? Tomorrow, I'm going to hold a door for someone. Tomorrow, I'm going to let someone in traffic. Tomorrow, I'm going to say, hey, how are you? I don't know who the hell you are, but how are you doing? You look freaking fantastic today. Girl, I love your jeans. Your ass looks fabulous in those jeans, and I've got to have them. Where did you get those jeans? Okay? Lift people up. I'm not staring at you because I'm staring at you because you're beautiful, because you look awesome, because you have a great smile. I'm staring at you because I'm wondering, how did you do that to your hair? Okay. Give people a compliment. Change it. You know what? When you do something like that, it comes back at you tenfold. Again, I'm not a hypocrite because I can be a huge a-hole if I really wanted to be. And I could probably shred someone with my tongue if I wanted to. But the whole thing is nobody wakes up in the morning and goes, today I'm going to be a big dick. Excuse my French. I learned fluent French when we were locked up in COVID, okay? Nobody wakes up and does that. Not a soul. Everyone wakes up in the morning and goes, I hope today's a good day. I hope today's a better day. I hope today's my second chance, my third chance, my fourth chance. Today's a whole brand new day. Yesterday was hell. Yesterday I screwed up. I don't want to do that anymore. Today I'm going to change it. Everyone wakes up with that hope. So give everyone the same chance, because you might see me on a bad day and judge me, but really I'm not that person. I'm just having a bad moment. You know what I'm saying? Give everybody that second chance. We don't have to die to get that second chance. Okay, so Mikey, I'm going to put this up here. So Mikey, Michelle, you said you saw everything from above. I was under the water and I remember seeing the surface and I thought it was pretty, the sparkling. My uncle revived me. All I remember is being above, looking down, seeing everything in the cottage, my grandmother, my uncle looking everywhere for me, the colors of the cottage, the sounds of them calling my name, the sound of the creaking screen door. I was under the water for nearly 10 minutes. Wow. And you don't remember anything else, but you remember that. And that's where the start of it is. Ooh, I just got the chills. Okay, y'all have to understand, when you are discussing something or talking about something and you get the chills, it's because you are speaking at your higher vibration. You are speaking at your angelic guide vibration. Your guides are confirming for you. You are on the same level as them. So if you're talking about something or you're thinking about something or questioning it and you get the chills, that is your guides going, yes, 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 yes. Stop right there. Don't move. Ladies. Okay. Anyway, so y'all understand that. But it is absolutely true. The first step of that is being above the body and seeing that and being right above there and understanding what's going on, and there's no pain in it. It's just seeing it. People do not recall like, oh my God, put me back in my body. There's no fear. There's just, I remember being there and seeing it all happen. There's peace, there's contentment, and there's no worry. And then the next stage of that is heading to the light. And what do you do when you get there? So when you get, Lala's here. Hey, for everybody in the room, that Lala is here, and Lalanya. Lalanya is the one who has this. Lala, put your business up there if it lets you, girl, because these people need. See, what she does is the coolest thing. Is you tell her what you like, whatever you want, but she does this like psychic thing, and then she finds the most amazing stone and its properties specifically for you. And then she just sits there with her angels. You should read her story. It's actually on godstool.com right now. I have to switch it because she was my like business perspective for March. But if you get on there right now, you can read her whole reasoning. And it was amazing how God and angels talk to her. It's pretty cool. Okay. All right. So Trista Gallenbach, you had a car accident. Okay, let's put this up here. You had a bad car accident and your sister was killed at the car accident, and it came to me and pushed me back, told me, girl. So your sister was killed in a car accident prior and then pushed you back into your body saying it's not your time. Amazing. Is there a P around her, Trista? Is there a P around your sister somehow? The letter P? Amazing. Yes, there is. Okay, so that must be her coming through. Did she have longer, darker hair? Like, did she have straight hair or something? I just see a name with darker hair coming through. It just looks longer, looks darker, straight. And no, and the timing is off, she said. It was definitely, it was her hair was blonde. Was your hair darker at the time? Was your hair? I see dark hair, about shoulder length. It looks almost straight even. That's what I'm seeing. And she's saying it, the timing is off. The timing was off, not your time. It's like she's pointing. She's going like this. which was interesting. And what I find out about that, that's interesting too, saying your timing was off. That's interesting. Like it wasn't the right time. So you have to consider that, what she's saying. Trista, you have to look at what she's saying is your timing was off, meaning your soul was picking up on something, thinking, that's interesting. Like everything fell into place the wrong way. And according to what I know, it's almost as if your soul was just falling into the wrong time schedule. I can't explain it. This is my own kind of thinking. I don't want to waste everybody's time of putting what I know into thought. But the way she puts it is that your timing was off. That's really incredible. So Stephanie Miller, you're saying that you were 5 years old. You were in a terrible car accident, caught on fire. Oh my gosh, my mom was pulled out, and I had two ladies telling me, "Don't worry, we will save you." I was told no ladies there. I'm 50 and remember all. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that story when people are able to say who was here, who helped me, and there was no one there. And there are so many stories like that at accident scenes where there was no firefighter that looked like this, or there was no police officer that looked like this. And these angelic beings just step in and step up. And it's so amazing. I love that. That's amazing. Hello, Mary Grace. How are you? So there's that. Now, the other part about these near-death experiences is the person gets the second chance. I already talked about that. But all of a sudden, you have these whole new abilities. And it could be, and let me clarify too, we're talking near-death experience being on the far end of this, but illness, severe illness, when you have a high fever, when you are really sick, when you're in a coma, when you're dealing with this kind of things. Yes, Silk Chick, yes, cats can see angels. They can see ghosts too. So when you have these experiences, you are reawakened. And that's really what happened to me. The furthest back that I can remember anything was when I was 4, and I was bit by a dog, my grandfather's dog, and you can't really see it. Well, you can now. It's right here on my face. There's a scar here, and then a tooth mark went down here, and it clamped. And my whole face was swollen out like this, and my eye, everything was sagging, and the infection set in, and I had this red strip up and down the left side of my face, and I went blind in my eye, couldn't see for a while. And my father was like, "We didn't even know if you're going to get your vision back." And that's about when I started seeing everything too. And I can remember seeing my great grandfather. And so severe illness can awaken people to their spiritual gifts and to what's going on. And we're going to, what I do is that's a whole other show, but spiritual gifts are a real God-given thing. And everybody has a gift. Spiritual gifts could be prophecy. It might be administration of help, like helping, administering help, healing touch, teaching. There's a lot of different gifts out there. And so you just have to figure out, what am I really good at? And do people like to talk to me? That might be a gift in itself. And so when you have these experiences, near death or a very bad illness, and you're out for a while, or you are just, there's a possibility of you're losing one of your senses, you're probably going to awaken. And this is like, it could be a newborn. Like you may not breathe when you're a newborn, and that memory just never goes away. It's just always there. So you're given those gifts. And a lot of times early on, if you receive a gift, adults will kibosh it. They'll be like, no, that's not real. There's nobody there. You can't see ghosts. There's no such thing as a ghost, because they're terrified. And you're going to see these things between 3 and 5 years old. Most of the time with children, they will talk about it between the ages of 3 and 5. And if they do, wow, who are you talking to? Oh, that's great. What do they look like? Does this what they look like? Is this a picture of this person? What do they sound like? What are they saying? Where are they? Because children will see these things until the parents say that they aren't supposed to see them, and then it will shut off for the most part. unless they're like me and you just grow up thinking you're absolutely crazy and that these things just, you don't talk about it. You just don't talk about it. And then you continue to do it all the time. That's what I did. Paula, you were spiritually dead through your addiction. That's another huge thing. Okay. Oh my gosh, Paula, you just made me like, huge light bulb go off. Addiction. Okay. When you come down here, all right, when you are born, this is so important for you guys to understand. When we come down here, again, we're all children of God. There's a lot of people out there that will say, there is no God. I don't believe in God. I hate God. I don't care, because you're here right now. So you go through these things. You're born and you have a whole journey and something to accomplish. You have your purpose. You're going to help save. You're going to do this. You're going to have children. You're going to make a difference. You don't know what any of that is, though. And then all of a sudden, you find yourself in a situation with yourself or with someone else with an addiction, or enabling an addiction, in an abusive situation. And you find yourself just dealing with all sorts of depression and anxiety. And why am I even here? And you would be surprised. I once did an anonymous survey of 100 people, and I put it out on YouTube. Actually, it's called I'm Not Alone. And the percentage of people who had contemplated suicide was almost everyone. So if you have, you're not alone and you're not crazy. But anyway, when we go through these things in life, the whole thing is this. So we're born and we have our angels and our archangels who are here to help guide us and to lift us up and make us stronger. But you've got these darker things here too that are trying to stop you from succeeding. They're trying to keep you from doing that. And when you are a strong individual, when you ignore this stuff, when you are constantly trying to look up, if they can't get to you, which they do, they get to a lot of people and they depress people and they feed off of that. When they do that, that's their in. They take advantage of the problems going on, the addiction, the problems, the fighting, the abuse, whatever it is. And they use that to their advantage to bring people down and defeat them even more, or at least feel defeated. There's nothing worse. If they can't get through to you because you're like, God help me, God save me, get away, they will use the people around you as the megaphone. And they'll say, tell her she's no good. You're no good. Tell him he's fat. You're fat and I don't like you. Tell him they shouldn't even be here. Nobody gives a crap. And these people are now working for these darker angels to take you out. If you start feeling that or seeing that, you must be doing something right. You must be doing something or have some massively important journey while you are here. You've got something important to do because you've got a lot of things trying to take you out. So if you've ever felt like, why am I here? I don't want to live another day. Stop for a moment and think, what do I have that I'm blessed with? And write it all down. And I bet if you can tell them to shut the hell up for 5 seconds, you'll be able to make quite a long list. Okay, so I'm going to share this with everybody. What is this? Bridget Tealking. 5 years ago, you had anaphylactic reaction. Your son got you to the hospital within 7 minutes. By the time he pulled up the ER, he was barely breathing. You saw a cop car. Let me share this. Cop car in front where he stopped at the people standing outside the ER door. One was the nurse holding pizza boxes and then rushing to get me in. I saw everything they did and said, as I was above everything watching, my son was begging me to stay. Oh, hanging on to me. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine. Yes. And you remember it and you stayed. And I love that. And I think that has a lot to do with people staying. But at the same time, you know what? It's beautiful in heaven too. And some people they don't want to stay. They know that if you go back down there, there's going to be massive recovery. If you go back down, you're going to be in a little bit of pain. You're going to have to relearn how to talk or walk. You're going to have a lot of things to go through. And some people are like, you know what? No, I think I want to stay here. I want to stay. So y'all have to understand. Just look at this. And I'm going to open up this reading thing. And I'm going to share my link. Hold on. I'm going to share my link. And we will share about 3 different people can get on and share their stories. Shonda! Beyond. Okay, y'all understand. Shonda Berry is here. She was also one of my business profiles. Shonda owns a business called Beyond, Biyond. She's out of Chicago, and she is it's a woman-owned business. It is a God-fearing, God-loving business, and she does everything she can to lift people up. And so I have known Shonda, I can't even tell you how many years, and it's DeShonda, but I call her Shonda. And she's freaking beautiful and she's amazing. And she has got massive stories of uplifting how God has worked in her life too. And she's amazing. So Beyond, Biyond. You can search that on, I think it's a .com, right, Shonda? And then also on Facebook, she's got amazing TGIF. Thank God I'm fearless. Okay. Order one of her shirts. I have several. I will wear one of these days. So I thought I shared that stream. Did I share it? I did. Okay. So the link is on Facebook and YouTube right now. If somebody wants to join in and share one of their stories with me. But I want to put this out there before I let everybody in. Y'all have to understand something. We all go through our own thing. We all have our own lives, our own stories. We all have problems. It's not as simple as color. It is not as simple as politics. It's not that simple. There are so many factors that go into each one of us and all of our different lessons. And male, female, okay, it doesn't matter. There's so many lessons that go into all of these things, and we shouldn't practice judging. It's easy to do. It's so easy to do. But the moment we're like, oh, did you see what, we have to zip it. Because if we practice that too often in judging other people, then in the end, we will judge ourselves. And that final judgment is what's going to determine which way we go. Do we feel like we're worthy of going up? Or do we feel like we deserve to go down? And if you sit there if that habit is to judge, you're going to go, man, I was a bad person. Oh, I yelled at my kids, or I did this, or I did drugs, or I did, you're going to judge yourself vehemently. So don't do it. Just don't do it. I don't care if your best girlfriend sleeps with 15 people a day. Okay. She's obviously looking for something, because women are like, I'm sorry, women, they don't sleep around because it's enjoyable. Women sleep around because they're looking for something greater. So don't judge people. People who are addicted to something, they don't do it because that's the way they want to live their life. It's because something has happened that has led them to that. And addiction is a horrendous thing to get over. And for anyone who has gotten over addiction, props to you. Okay, so Shonda says it's Beyond, Biyond.net. Check her out. Of course. Are you kidding? If Toya was here, I would blast her business too. She's got a B&B named after her mama. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just start doing some readings. If anybody wants to jump on and tell us their near-death experience story, please get on and share. So your son saved you, was killed 3 months. My son who saved me that day was killed 3 months later. Bridget, I'm so sorry. I would have stayed so that you can meet him over there. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Bridget, he obviously... No, you couldn't. Well, first off, you didn't know that was going to happen. God would never have let you know, like, why don't you just stay? Because I'm going to have him in 3 months anyway. God's not going to do that. It's not going to, because if you'd have known that, you'd have said, well, maybe if I go back, I can stop it. There's just no way. Those are things that we're not supposed to know. But your son, would never have it any other way either. And I can hear it. I'm hearing him say, nope, never happened that way. And just so you know, Bridget, he does a lot of fishing. He is out fishing. He's enjoying like this. It smells like a pasture breeze or a field breeze. And he's doing a lot of fishing. And so I'm so sorry for your loss. And I'm so sorry for your loss. Okay, so we have Christina. Christina's going to join us. I believe that the volume is up. Christina, hi, how are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
Great. Share your story. Do tell. Oh, we lost her. I don't think we meant to lose her. I think we accidentally lost her. I think she was talking and we lost her, but she'll be back on, hopefully. Okay. Janet, hello. How are you? Jackie Warner, hello. How are you? Okay, so let's get some readings done, shall we? Karaoke Okie, was your sister murdered? I have to say yes, she was. And actually, when I am seeing her energy, it's the way she makes it sound as if she found herself in a situation that I want to say would be unbeknownst. It would be like just going with the flow and then finding yourself in a situation that you can't get out of and going almost to that point where you feel like, is this real? Is this really happening? Is this going on? And it feels like it would have been a situation and that's really the only thing that she's making me feel is that, yes, that she was murdered. And it was not a situation that she stupidly put herself into. It was someone that she was with that she knew. She knew this individual. And it feels like she briefly knew this individual. So that wasn't somebody that she would have known for a long time. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I forgot who I was even reading for. I'm sorry. And the chat just kind of goes a little crazy. Oh, and Ashley's on TikTok as well. Thank you, Ashley. It's all good. I'm sorry, I forget. I did not see. Oh, wait, karaoke. What's your karaoke? Okay, there we go. But she also talks about her sister. I'm sorry, your sister. She talks about not being able, like her. She wants me to talk about her throat. So I almost feel like I'm at a loss of air, as if I'm. She wants me to acknowledge it maybe for confirmation purpose, but I feel like my airway has been cut off. And yeah. She also wants me to acknowledge a hotel. I don't know why. She wants me to acknowledge what looks like a hotel. Because I keep seeing what I would think this would be an apartment or a hotel, is what it looks like. The cats want in. Deborah Bell. Oh, I'm sorry. She wants me to. And his skin is a little darker, almost like he tans easily, and darker hair as well. So either he works out in the sun a lot or he just tans easily. But yeah, and I'm 5'7", so I'm thinking he might be about my height, maybe a little bit taller than me. So, okay. So Deborah Bell, did my brother take his life or was it an accident? So Deborah, let me find you. It was an accident, Deborah. It was not intentional. It was an accident. And he wants me to talk about, it almost is like he's coughing something up or regurgitating something. And I would think that there would be some kind of, I know this is weird, but some kind of seizing or seizure. What's the word? That would be the only thing I can call it, is some form of seizing or vomitous kind of experience. Interesting. Bridget, you're welcome. Okay. Ashley, you're doing Reiki on live and online. Do you see this going well for me? Absolutely. You know what, Ashley, if you're going to do that, people need to learn it. I think any form of training that can get people more aligned with a higher vibration and more attuned to what their spirit is calling for, the better off we are. Tina Shepherd 817. Having a spirit near you. Let's see. Well, it's not just one. You've got several around you, actually. They're not angelic beings. They're not celestial. They're human energies. And they feel like this would be like a sisterly energy or best friend. So it's even tier. And then a grandmotherly energy. And then there's a gentleman behind her. So you've got like 3 people around you, Tina, that are hanging out with you. And then it smells like a wet dog. You have a dog around you as well. It looks white or cream colored. And okay. It smells like a wet dog, like a white or cream colored dog with longer hair. And no, they are not demons. They are not demons. Oh gosh. All right. I see so many birds and feathers who are always breaking. Oh, absolutely. You know what? Wild birds are like the only ones that I'm not capable of really conversing with. And a part of it comes down to they're more messenger bodies. They work as messengers for those who have passed over, for angelic beings. If they do something weird, cardinals, robins, blue jays, hummingbirds, if they do something weird and you're like, what are you doing staring at me? And it just sits there or it lands in your hand, it's not just a bird. It's definitely someone coming to say hello. Now, domesticated birds like parrots, macaws, not toucans, cockatoos, they have a different voice, and they have their own voice. There's something that they have a different soul that learns and is communicative. So same thing with butterflies. Butterflies are more messengers. They do have a very tiny voice though. Butterflies also travel, and their energy travels between dimensions. And so they can carry a lot of different energies with them, a lot of different messages as well, depending on what they do. Do animals have near-death experiences? I've never met a dog or a cat that had a near-death experience. I have not, but I have met cats that have wasted a life, put it that way. And I've said, you just lost another life. Like, seriously, you need to be more careful. And cats are different, though. Cats, their energy is very, most of the time, funny but arrogant, very independent. And so I've counted cat, like, you should be done by now because you've wasted several lives. But I've never seen a dog with a near death experience. I've only talked to dogs that are passed over, but not one that has gotten close. It's a good question. It's a good question about dogs. Yeah. All right. Let's see. All of these, it's just flying. Flying, 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 flying. Okay. Let's see here. You know what? I don't know why people who don't like what I do are even here. If you don't like what I'm doing, just scroll. I think there's like 5 billion people on TikTok. Just go, because there's nothing you're going to say that's absolutely going to stop me at this very moment from doing what I'm doing, because God, He trumps you. Have a great day. Bye. All right. So Coco Summers 1111. Lots of experience with wild birds. So again, birds, butterflies, they're messengers. So pay close attention. I always tell people, if you've got a feather, even if a feather shows up out of nowhere, pay close attention. Pay close attention, because that'll be like something that's angelic that is saying, listen to this. You're in the right direction. That's like a confirmation, a big fat yes, that sort of a thing. And I once was taking a bath, and had my eyes closed, and I opened my eyes, and there was a friggin' a hot pink feather on my knee. I sat there and went, I don't have any feathers in my house, let alone anything hot pink. Okay. I don't roll like that at all. And I kept that sucker because I was like, where the heck did a hot pink feather ever come from? Yeah. It's really cool. Right, Kaylin? That's right. You know what? If humans are telling you what to do and God's telling you to do something else, you don't listen to the humans. You just don't, because it's kind of like God gives you a gift and you're like, oh, well, this is really nice and all, but the people say I shouldn't open it. So thank you. Are you kidding me? You open that sucker and you use it to every bit of your advantage and helping of everybody that you can, because that's why he bestows gifts. And it's in the Bible. You should definitely use your spiritual gifts because they lift up the church. The church meaning God's children, not like the church. It is the people. And like I said in the very beginning, that there's so many bad things going on in this world right now that a lot of people he's waking them up so that he can build himself an army here, because we really do need more love. We really do need more love. Erica Rogers, a lot of struggle in your life right now, loss as to what to be doing different. Do you see? Okay. What to do different? That's a really good question, Erica. And I can tell you right off the bat that, and with something this short, with not that much time, I'm just going to tell you, Erica, the one thing you have to do is something different. You absolutely have to do the opposite. You have to do, hey, Bradley, how are you? My son's in here. For TikTokers, it's B_rad_Brad. Follow him. That's my kid. Erica, if you want something done, that whole cliche, then you have to do it different. It's the same exact thing, because a lot of times what we will do is because of either our feeling of lack of confidence or our inabilities or what we think we can or can't do, we will take a turn and we'll go, okay, I'm just going to do this because this is comfortable or it's easier, and it brings us this way. And then it loops us back around and puts us right back here. And this goes over and over and over and over and over until we go, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to go this way. I liken it to abusive relationships. And I can, because I've been there, where you say, I'm going to make it work one more time. I can't leave because there's a child. I can't leave because everybody will judge me. I can't leave because I can fix them. I can't do this anymore. And then you make this heroic, courageous step away, and you find a way to get through and get by. That is what happens when we decide I'm comfortable's okay. Everybody's here, but it's just not going to work anymore because I'm stifled and I can't breathe and I'm struggling. And, and God is over here going, just get on the bike. You're like, I can't get on the bike. I don't want to get on the bike. I'm going to fall if I get on the bike. Get on the dang bike. That's what Erica, get on the bike. If you are being presented with an opportunity that you are personally afraid of because of whatever reason, ask yourself, is it justified reasoning? Is it real reasoning? Or am I personally coming up with it? Because if you're presented with some amazing thing and then all of a sudden you're overcome with fear and you don't want to do it, there's a way to look at it. Is it because you're just like, I have stage fright and I'm going to throw up, I don't want to get up on stage? That's what I never auditioned for any major shows because I have massive stage fright when it comes to singing. So I never did it. So looking back at that now, I'm thinking, what would I have done with my voice? And so when you are confronted with fear, which does not come from God, it's who's trying to stop you? What's trying to stop you from pursuing this right now? Are you afraid because you don't have the money? Are you afraid because you never find someone else? Are you afraid to do this because you're afraid? There's obviously somebody trying to stop you. Something is trying to stop you from God's plan. That's just the way to look at it. So, Erica, you get to that point where you just can't do that same motion anymore. You have to keep moving on. Absolutely. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Danny Stav, will I remarry? Well, I can't tell you that right now, actually. I can't tell you that because you're not the person you need to be when you remarry. There's something personal, a personal growth experience that you need to go through first. And one way to achieve that, go to a movie by yourself, laugh and have fun, go to dinner by yourself, enjoy who you are, enjoy your own personal company first. Fill in all of your voids and all of your pains with everything that you love about yourself and everything that you love to do, and make yourself 100% so that when you meet that right person, then 100% of you is to give to that individual. So before I can see that you will be meeting, so yes, you will. It's just that I can't say when because you have a personal journey to go on first. You have to do that first. Interesting. Um, Cora Perkins, what about dragonflies? Um, See now, dragonflies are a little slight different than butterflies and birds because dragonflies they hinge on elemental, and they they have a different kind of a voice, and so they are their own beings. Dragonflies, insects, period. I know that sounds weird. Insects, most of them have a voice. Most of them have a voice. So that makes me think like where the hell did they come from? Because I mean not flies, unless all I hear is like, carcass and dead meat and poop. I mean, I don't know if I've ever heard anything more than that out of a fly. Or face, but a lot of insects, praying mantis, they have a voice. Dragonflies have a voice. Bumblebees have a voice. Um, they have a voice. Interesting, right? I love that. Okay. Um, so let's see here. Sabrina, I'm going through a lot right now. I need to know if I will be okay or not. I'm stressed and worried that it's going to fail. It's not going to fail, girl. It's not going to fail. You're not going to fail. Um, when you feel worried and you feel stressed out, this is the best time to go, you know what, God? I have this big platter of poo and I don't know what to do with it anymore because it's stressing me out. Here you go. Boop. I'm going to go over here and get my ice cream and Netflix it. That's what I do. When I find that I am stressed out and worried, the one thing I know that helps it is just literally giving it to him and then resigning myself. And I will say, God, this is for you. I will no longer worry about this because I know you've got it for me. And I will just say, I don't care. Whatever you want to do with it, do with it. I don't give a crap. And then I walk away. And by doing that, I remove my will and I make his will the priority in that situation, that regardless of how it turns out, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And it's probably going to be better because he's not going to screw it up, whereas I probably would because it's tarnished and tampered with human element and energy and feelings and pursuits, whereas his is just out of love. So the next time you're worried and stressed out, literally give it to him and say, I'm not going to worry about this anymore. I don't care how it turns out. And the amazing thing is it resolves itself within hours. All of a sudden you'll get a phone call. Hey, this is taken care of. Holy crap. No way. Yeah. You know why? Because we take our fat little fingers out of the situation. We actually let God tie our shoes for us. It's pretty awesome. Providing Reiki, do you see this going well for me? Yes. No, I didn't understand. I didn't understand you. I understood. Yes. You're going to help people and it's going to make a difference. I understood the question. So keep doing it because people are going to, everybody needs to open up spiritually. And if Reiki is one way to do it through healing touch or through healing meditative experiences, by all means, show people, do it, and teach them to experience that. But then also they'll open up to it. See, as a medium, as with what I do, my whole thing is to raise every single one of you watching this up to teach you what I do, to teach you how to lift yourself up, to not give any earthly shits. We all need to eat. We all need money. We all need to sleep. We all need to have whatever here just to survive. But my purpose here is to make sure you know you're not alone. Life goes on. God freaking loves the hell out of you, and you need to stay here. There are more friends out there than you realize. I am here to show you what you can do. It's just like what I can do, so that eventually you go, you know what? I don't need to talk to Rebecca today. I don't need to go to her because I got this figured out. That's also why I tell people, you know what? I want to help. I want to give you everything that God wants you to know. But if you can go to him first and get that answer and get that solution, you do that. You know what you do? You do this. This is what I want everybody to do from now on before you try to book an appointment with me. I want you to take your Bible. Okay, this isn't a Bible, but I want you to take a Bible and I want you to go, Father God, it's me. I don't care if you haven't talked to him in 25 years. He's going to be so excited that you showed up unexpectedly, because the light's on. I guarantee you he's got tea and crumpets waiting for you. Okay, Father God, it's me. And I have not talked to you in forever, or I haven't talked to you since yesterday, but I really need to know what you want to say. I'm going to do this for you guys right now. So Father God, I just want one little message for everybody here right now. What's one little message that goes along with everything I'm talking about tonight that I'm just so passionate about? And I can't express enough how much I know you love each one of us. So give me one little message to give everybody here. That's what I do. And then I go, which one of these pages looks good? And I'll go like this. And I'll find... I'm blind. I'll find that page. Nope, there it is. And I will open my page and I'll go, what does my Bible say today? Wrong book. Let me try it again. We close it. Okay, we're going to try it again. Father God, this is the right book. This is the right one. Can we try that again, please? You know what I was asking? Can you do that again for me? Okay, so let's do this again. Let me take out this stuff here so it doesn't get in the way. Where am I going, Father God? One message for everybody here. One little message. I can't get my I don't have any fingernails. I can't see here. Let's try this. One message. Oh my gosh. The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:8. Hello, McFly. You guys, do you understand? Do you understand that? Can you even believe that that's the verse that he gives us? Did I do that on Monday too? You know what? I'm telling you what. That's what you do. You flip open your Bible. I was once at a point where I was done. I was ready to experience an experience. And nobody knew. You know, I have my kids downstairs. I had a really rough week. I was defeated. I was feeling like I just didn't even need to be here anymore. And I was upstairs. I closed the door. I was crying and I was like, I'm just done. And I said, if you've got anything you want to say to me, say it now. And I let the Bible just fall open and it landed on First Peter chapter 4. And I read it. And I started crying harder and I was bawling and I read through all the way through 5 and then I stopped and I went all the way to the beginning because it's a short chapter and I read First Peter again. And if you are at a point of suffering, if you're at a point where you just don't know what to do or what your second chance is, you go read First Peter. If you don't like to read, go on YouTube and go to my videos and look at week 6 members only because I publicly put it out there. And watch it because it's amazing and it's what saved my life. It saved my life. It was amazing. Loved it. Okay. It is that easy, Mary Grace. I'm telling you, God is good all the time. I can't tell you enough. I'm not a Bible knocker. I'm not, but God has saved my life at least 2 times. And I don't go a day without talking to him. With what I do, I couldn't. I couldn't get through my days without him. It's amazing. All right. Cherry CQNA 79. Ridiculous. Okay. If I'm ridiculous or the show, whatever is ridiculous, keep on scrolling, girl. Alrighty then. Let's see here. Michelle Kelsey. Oh, I'm in a lot of physical pain. Should I be worried? Yeah. Well, not worried. I don't think you need to be worried. I would simply go and get physically checked out. And it looks like um it almost looks like a radiating pain. It feels like it's coming from the middle of my back and radiating out. So I'm wondering if you have some form of nerve damage or something with your spine, the discs of some kind. I'm wondering if something is pinched back there and that pain is radiating out. So I would go find out what is going on with your spine. It feels like a neuropathy of some kind. And it feels like it's coming from your middle lower back. Get that checked out. But it feels pinched and it just feels like it's radiating though. And I don't want to say like confirmation of like fibromyalgia, but it could be building up to an autoimmune fibromyalgia. So go get it checked out, girl. Don't mess around with that. You don't want to screw up your nerves because we only have one set in this life. I find it so funny. There are so many lives everywhere. People can go to a live, they can go to videos everywhere, but instead they're like so miserable that they will get on to people's live shows and say nothing nice. They're just on there to troll. Now, trolling is like, you're throwing in your hook and you're fishing and hopefully going to catch someone. That's what trolling means. If y'all think it's like, it's not a troll, it's a hook in the mouth kind of a thing. And the problem is that people like this exist in every life. And so that you don't have to put a live show on the internet to find hateful, negative people. They'll find you. They will stop what they're doing and find you. And then you have to ask yourself, do I want to be around this toxic person? Do I want to experience what they're experiencing? Do I want to listen to what they're feeding me? Do I want to feel it? No. You absolutely don't. And so what you have to learn to do is to acknowledge it for what it is because they so desperately need something in their life. They so desperately are questioning themselves. They question their own faith. They question their own abilities. They question God. They question so many things. They've been let down so many times by humans and everything else that they just don't have any faith in anything anymore, least of all themselves. And so when somebody is nasty or mean, you have to realize it's probably not so much directed at you as it is themselves. And they're using you for whatever reason because they trust you to maybe give them something back. So for the people that have been on here that I have acknowledged tonight, it's not because I'm a glutton for punishment. It's that I pity that because I want to send them, all of God's love and that maybe some wisdom and discernment and a little forgiveness for themselves. That's what you need to do is when somebody hurts you, when somebody is mean to you, when someone, give them a second chance because you don't know what they're going through right now or in that moment or what they've been through that makes them think that God is no good or that they're better than thou. You don't know what they've been through. I don't know what. And what I really want to do is just kick them to the curb and say, forget you. That's the human part of me. But when God corrects me, he says, no, we're going to, you have to say a prayer for that person. And it's so nice when you just want to choke the shit out of someone, but instead you say a prayer for them. You say, God, This person has gotten to me. I'm upset over it. They're obviously hurting. And I want you, Father God, because I don't understand what they're dealing with. Can you please send them all of the heart emojis that I can send to them right now and see that person's face? And what you guys are doing here is you're sending up all these little hearts and stuff. See that person and flood them, bloop, 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 with big hearts, and just beat the shit out of them with big hearts of love. And then just pray to them for it. Just say, God, I'm praying for that person and I'm sending them love. That's what you do. That is absolutely what you do. You guys are freaking awesome. Okay, so it is that easy, you guys. It is that easy. Oh, I love that. And you know what's awesome is I'm so glad too that these are recorded. Now, I went over an hour on TikTok, so I can't send this back to a replay for you guys, but you can go and watch this again if you like on God's YouTube and God's Reader on Facebook. So I sometimes have to rewatch them too because I don't remember anything they say. And love does conquer all. Love really does. Just mind your own business. That's all. Love people. Be kind to people. I don't care what they look like. Just be kind. Just be kind. Because they may be a beautiful person, but trash on the inside. So don't be kind to the beautiful people only externally. They might be big jag on the inside. That's right. Mind your business. Mind your own business. That's right. And send a lot of love. Just try it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I will be back on. Let's see. I got readings all week. What's next week? I think I have some spots available for next week that I'm going to be doing a live on TikTok. And you can hold me to it because I will be doing a live strictly on TikTok. But Monday, again, every Monday at 11 Central, I am on spiritrealm.net, and I do medical intuitive information there for mental and physical well-being and health. And then again, Tuesday night, I think next Tuesday, I may just get on here and do my readings. And that's about it. Just do some readings. Thanks a lot for joining me tonight, you guys. I will talk to you later. Take care. God bless. If you have questions, go to godstool.com. You can message me there. You can also find my information in the links on TikTok. That's about it. Yay. All right. And there's groups too. If you get onto Facebook, I have some private groups on there too that you can request access to. All right, you guys take care. Good night. And
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, folks.
I sure am. Are you ready?
I sure am.
super excited.